How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new to consoles map to Farming Simulator 22 called Monette Farms Map. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: Welcome to Monette Farms. This map is based off Monette Farms headquarters, located in Swift Current, Canada. They own and operate several other farms across Canada and also in the United States. The map consists of 17 fields of various sizes and shapes, Monette cattle farm, Monette seed production, many new farms, and map models. There has been a changelog, and this is part of the release to consoles, so we're going to go through this, and it's changelog 1.0.0.1, bugs fix XMLS, sounds at dealer and field 3 fixed, fixed house XML, fixed other small bugs. This map was created by Mapper's Paradise and is 306.77 megabytes to download. Now there are mods required for this map, and it is the Bergolt 3420-100 Paralinx hoe drill and 71300 air cart. Now if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. And you start out almost central on the map here at the larger of the two starting farms. And when I mean large, I mean it's huge. Whew, very big. You start out by owning farmlands number 1, 28, 30, 20, 11, and 8. You can purchase all areas on this map, and the field prices do range quite significantly, actually, because you do have a small field down here for $54,000, not too bad. But then as you get bigger, obviously the prices go up all the way up to 362,000, 290, 449,000, almost 450, all the way to the big boy here, field 12, 886,000. And even though this one's huge, this one's a massive field, 886,000 is not that bad. It's really not bad at all things considered. And it's quite a bit of acreage for this chunk of land. So you do start out with animals. You do start out with a cow barn. There is something a little interesting about this one, though, and I'll point it out once we get to it. There are contracts available on this map, no production chains to start out with, and there are collectibles, 2 of them. And spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you don't want to know where the first one is located, look away for 30 seconds. Okay, you ready? Look away, look away, look away. Just a little $1 million just kind of hanging out right in front of you. So kind of a cool thing right off the bat. And this being such a massive operation here, yeah, it's gonna be you're gonna need some capital to kind of keep this business going. So looking at the mod specific to this map, we don't have anything under the buy menu, but under the build mode we have quite a bit. Under sheds, you can see several here. Under silos, got a couple here as well. Silo extensions, there is nothing. Under containers, we do have 3 here. Under tools, we do have 1, and under farmhouses we have 1 as well. Then under productions tab, under the factories, we scroll to the right, got 3 here that are specific to this map. And then under selling points, 3 more specific to this map. Nothing under greenhouses, orchards, or generators. Under animals, we do have a cow pasture, or cow barn I should say, with a limit of 140 cows. And nothing under horses, pigs, sheep, chickens, bees, or others. Under decorations, there's nothing under fences, lights, but under others you do have a couple of additional decorative farmhouses here. And then looking under the landscaping, There is nothing under painting, trees, or plants. And because we are here at the starting farm, let's take a look at the starting equipment. We take a look under the buy menu under own items. Now, brace yourself. You start out with a ton of massive equipment and a ton of just equipment in general. So brace yourselves, here we go. Under medium tractors, the JCB Fast Track 4220. Large tractors, you have two Case Steiger Quad Tracks 470s, a Steiger Wheeled 470, and a Magnum 400 Power Drive. That's 4 large tractors and 1 medium tractor. Under trucks, you have 2 Mack Anthem 6x4 MP8 505s. 2 of those. 2 of them. 4, count it, 4 Case Axle Flow 9250s. 4 of these. 4 of them. Holy smokes. Cars, you have the Lizard Pickup 1986. Trailers, you have 4 different trailers. 2 of the Load King Distinction Super B pull trailers. These are your rear trailer, and then your Load King Distinction Super B lead trailer. These are your starting trailer that the rear trailer will hook up to. You have 2 Demco 2200 dual auger grain carts. These things are massive, and you got 2 of them. Under headers, you have 3 Case 3162 TerraFlex Draper 45 footers. Corn headers, you have the Case 4418N. Under disc harrows, you have the Case Speed Tiller 475. Seeders, the Bergalt 3420 100 Paralink hoe drill and a Bergalt 71300 air cart. Mowers, you have the K-Brand GMD 4411. Tedders, the Vicon Fanix 904. Forage wagons, the Schultzmacher Rapide 580V. Under animals, the Ferricin PF 224 Plus. Front loaders, the Hauer XB 190. Under front loader tools, the Alba Universal Bucket, Manure Fork, and Bale Spike. Weights, you have 1 Adco 2300 weight, and then under belt systems you have the Convey All 1690. This is the auger pipe you need to load into flat bottom silos. Okay, that's your equipment. Now we start with this larger farm. Right here you have your sleep trigger inside the house here, fully, you can fully go in and check it out and turn on lights. Very nice. You got back door as well, and rooms that you can step into, kind of like a lounge room here. Across the way, just this empty room. In here you have your sleep trigger, and then back across the way here, wardrobe trigger. Now we'll walk out of here. A little bit of storage right here. Nothing inside. Over here, you have your herbicide tanks, where you can purchase herbicide or store it as a silo for 173,500 liters. Massive amounts of storage here. You've got a couple of buying silos. They're called the Monette seed silos, but they're essentially buying silos to where you can purchase various items that you want to bring in and store. Up to 240,000. You have 2 of these, and it's basically a multi-fruit buying station. Is basically all it is. So you got 1 and 2 here. Several flat bottom silos here. Many Monette fertilizers, where you can have lime or solid fertilizer stored or purchased. 137,000 liters in each one of these. So yeah, you're gonna have plenty of solid fertilizer and lime. You have a silo system right here. All these are connected in. You put in right here and take out way down there. I'll show you that here in a second. There's those 2 big old grain carts right there. It's just massive. All your harvesters, couple of your, well, two of your quad tracks, which are the only two you have, and your wheeled steigers. You got your big, oh my goodness, just all these massive equipment. Over here, you've got the water tank, fuel tank, where you can purchase. Open this up. You have a repair trigger right here. Yep, here it is. Here's the box for it. And to activate the repair trigger, you come in through this door and right here. Now I will show you some of this building here, because this is some awesome customization. Little restroom, little like conference sitting, like, oh, not a conference, like a kitchenette, like dining area. Like, this place is massive. Massive building, massive operations. You see it's got a big boardroom right here, several offices. Like, this is a very intricate and detailed mod right here. This model right here is just huge. Several offices just kind of built in. Very, very cool. Anyways, enough with the sightseeing. Let's keep on moving along. Now heading out this way. So that big silo system back here, this is the output of the silo right here. But again, you have all these flat bottom bins and one in pipe, so you can put into all these flat bottom bins, but you can't take out of them. You do not have the equipment to take out of it. So from here, we're going to go ahead and hop into one of these semi trucks right up front here, and we're going to take it down to the secondary farm. That'll be our first stop. We'll drop that trailer. Now you really do get the feeling like that you're out in the middle of nowhere on this map. Like, there is a feeling of vastness to this map, and the reason I say that is because of there's not a lot of traffic on these roads. Now you do get some, specifically on the paved section I've seen traffic come through, but it's very few and far between when you actually get that traffic coming through. So it's one of those that because there's very little traffic, it just feels like it's empty, like there's not a whole lot going on, which makes sense. I mean, you're basically out in the middle of nowhere, it feels like. Now we're continuing to head out towards the east side of the map, and now we're going to start heading north. Okay. Now this little 2-track here is basically one long driveway, and this driveway takes you up to the secondary farm. Now the secondary farm is the cow farm of the Monette Farms. Got this cool little sign welcoming you, Monette Cattle. And now you do have several bits of starting equipment out here as well, specifically ones where it's kind of more driven towards your cattle. You do get some additional storage. Open this up. Let's see here. Over here, you have a fermenting silo where you can purchase this for $135,000, and you can turn your various bits into silage. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to borrow some money. Actually, I don't need to. Why am I doing that? So here you can see you can take chaff, hay, and grass and turn it into silage. So very nice. And then over here, got a big bunker silo right there if you don't want to use that fermenting silo. Right here you have your cow barn. Now this is where it kind of gets a little interesting. Milk trigger right here, straw trigger right here. This is your animal dialogue box. If you look down at the bottom right, you'll see you have nothing for your cows, but you have 150 of them right now. But the problem is you can only have 140. So I don't know, like there's 10 more in this pasture than we're anticipating. So don't know what the story is with that, but I mean, it is what it is. Food goes in here, and slurry comes out here. You can see our cows are just kind of hanging out in the field right back here. Now this is some cool kind of topography. This is landscape. You got this kind of valley that runs right in the middle of your cow farm with this kind of what looks to be like a runoff area where all your water just kind of goes and collects. There's some of your starting equipment that's here on this farm. And now what we're going to do is we're going to leave out of here and we're going to actually take a different vehicle. We're going to leave the semi-truck here. And we're going to borrow this because this goes a little bit faster, about 23 miles an hour faster. So why not? Okay. We're going to head back out to the driveway. Now make a right. Whoops. Alright, now we take this all the way down south to the southeast corner of the map. Okay, we're starting to see everything come into view here. You have a placeable area right to my right there. But if we pull in over here, off to my left, right here, is the debris crusher. And to my right is der root. This is a sell point. And you can open it just like this. And this is where you bring your potatoes and sugar beets. How do I know this? Potatoes and sugar beets. Very cool. And now we're going to take off from here. We're going to head towards the center of the map. So off to our west as soon as we get back to the main road. Well, I shouldn't say main road, but off this kind of driveway. And now we're going to take this until we get to the main road. But again, if we look off to our right there, that's the cow field right over there. And just look at how much like undulation there is in the washout area. It's actually really kind of interesting. Well, interesting topography, interesting landscape. I really like it, honestly. So we made it back to the main road here, the paved road. We're gonna head down south a little ways until we get to our next point of interest. Alright, to my right is the gas station, or a gas station, and to my left is the sawmill. Now we can come in here, purchase this for $95,000. You have your seed output there, you have your input right here with your wood cell trigger right here, and your outputs for your productions right there. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and check out the map and see where we've been and what we've seen. So let's go up here. We started out here at this farm and we made our way all the way through. We saw the house with the sleep trigger and the wardrobe trigger. Came down, we looked at the herbicide tanks, the Monette seed silos, which is basically just the buying silos. flat bottom bins. We got the Monette fertilizer bins. We have the big silo system here. All the starting equipment here. The water tank, the fuel tank, the repair trigger, and all these flat bottom bins up here. We then came out to the main road, came down to the kind of main intersection here. Off to the east, went up to our secondary farm where we saw the fermenting silo as well as the cow barn. Came back out all the way down here and around, saw the debris crusher and the day root. We then came back up to here, down and around where we saw the gas station and the sawmill, and that catches us up to where we were. Let's go ahead and head north now until we get to that main intersection. Oh, there's some traffic right there. We'll get up to this main intersection up here and then we'll make a left. Right here, we'll make a left. Now we'll get to this next main intersection. Okay. Make a right. Go through this kind of large wavy area here. Now, off to my left, this area, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm going to turn off my engine. This area startled the bejesus out of me. I came walking up to here and just kind of shocked me because I wasn't expecting this. So I'm going to walk up to it.
$1, $30 here, $1 and $1 and $1 down, $30 and $1, $31 two, $2 here, $3, $4 and $5.
Yeah, wasn't expecting to hear this. You hear somebody start talking to you, and I wear headphones when I'm doing my tours and recordings, so all of a sudden I start hearing voices in my head and kind of had a little panic here. But this is the animal deal. I'm not going to step too close because I don't want to be talked over by the auctioneer there, but if you come to this location, you can purchase animals for any pens and pastures that you have loaded into the map, specifically that reticle right there. If you purchase animals from this location, though, you will incur an additional fee to the base price of said animal. You can also purchase animals from the pens and pastures that you have wherever they are on your farm. So in this case, we already start with a pasture or pen. The second farm that we already been to for the cows, we could purchase animals there if it wasn't already full. But again, you're gonna incur delivery fees. The only way to save those delivery fees, go out and purchase an animal trailer. Bring the animal trailer back to this location, load into that animal trailer directly. Then take your animals wherever you want to go and drop them off where they need to be. Now, what you're essentially simulating by purchasing from here or the pen and pastures directly is you're simulating the animal dealer themselves delivering the animals to you. So that means that anytime you use those, you're going to get that delivery fee. Now, depending on the animal, it can get pretty expensive, and we have 150 cows right now in our one pasture. Adult cows are like $300 a head, so you're talking a fair bit of money to purchase all of them, if that's what you're intending. So, just an FYI, be careful because you might be able to save some money depending on the volume of animals you're going to be dealing with. Now, over here is the bale sales sell point. We're going to head back over here. Now, it does look like that's going to need to be fixed, that kind of texturing that's up off the ground. So quite probable that there's going to be an update in the future. Now over here, you have another production point. The seed productions. For 35,000 you can purchase this, and we are going to. Now you can take any of these particular products here. You got your wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybeans, corn, and sorghum. You add liquid fertilizer and a herbicide, and you get seeds. And it's actually not that bad. So basically you're getting a 1-to-1 on the product that you're putting in for wheat, barley, oats, etc. And then you're just losing out on the fertilizer, the liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. That's kind of the trade-off, is you're essentially trading one thing for the next. So not too bad. Now over here is the Monette Seeds sell point. Now you'll see you have one loading point here and one loading point over here. In order to use this loading point, check it out. Notice all drivers must check in before unloading. Okay, we'll go inside. Walk in over here, and you gotta find it. Oh, right here. So you see this little sign right here. Activate, deactivate, course play. Well, because we're on consoles, we don't care about course play, but we do care about the activate and deactivate. And check it out. Now that triggers are open, you can drive right on through if you want to. And then you can also close it again. And that is this area. Let's go ahead and cut through. And now on the opposite side of the road is another gas station right over there. And now we need to head all the way down south past that main intersection so we can see the rest of the items that are waiting for us to see. Okay, we're approaching this kind of intersection right here. And now we're catching up to what we want to see. Okay, turning in here. And then around the backside here, this is the wool market sell point right there. Out front here where we first pulled in, this is the Swift Market sell point. And this is the Dairy Productions. Purchase this for $70,000. You have your inputs right here, and your outputs are right over here. You got a lime station right here, and the milk market sell point right there. Now one thing I did notice is you got this kind of area over here, and it is pretty much built up. Now one thing I wanted to do while I was over here was take a look, because you can purchase this area. Now it doesn't look like you get anything. As you can see, no triggers, nothing pops up. I just wanted to see if anything like opened up, or it just looks like maybe just kind of an area that you can purchase, maybe add to it for maybe storylines and stuff like that. It doesn't look like there's any kind of inherent value unless you can demolish this. Nope, doesn't look like it. So yeah, you kind of have this, what looks to be like a junkyard that you can buy, add to, and things like that. So going into the truck again to... Oh, we found a car. Another placeable area right there. Over here, you have the shop trigger. Open this door. And then around the corner, right over here, is the repair trigger. And then last point of interest, which has me slightly confused. This is the Swift Grain Elevator. You can purchase this for $175,000. You can see you can make just flour. I mean, at a pretty decent rate, 7,200 cycles. 5 to 3. So the ratios have been messed with a little bit, but that's okay. Inputs are right here, but I have no clear indication where the outputs are. There's no markings on the ground or anything like that. My best guess for outputs, possibly under this covered awning here, is going to be just a guess, but because there's no hash boxes or anything like that there on the ground, I'm just guessing at this point. But that is the map. That is Monette Farms Map. Now, whoops. Now we're to the point where I render my opinion, 0 to 5 scale as always. And what do I think of this map? Well, it's kind of a mixed bag. There's some things about it that I really like and find very interesting. There's other things that I'm not too crazy about. Starting with the things I'm not too crazy, and look, the things I'm not too crazy about are very, very small things. They're not deal breakers whatsoever. So, first one being the map border. You approaching the map border and seeing nothing but like the vast emptiness kind of thing. I would personally like to see something different than that. I don't know. It just seems odd, like very jarring once you get up to the map edge. But that's just me. Yeah, really, that's about it. Other than that, I really like this map. The color palette, the terrain, the operations that you have. Like, this is a massive undertaking. You are basically going to be able to inherit, quote unquote, a huge farm. And yeah, I mean, with room to grow. That's the even better part is, yeah, you've got this huge operation, but you can really expand upon it. Getting more equipment, getting bigger equipment, better equipment, whatever the case may be. More fields, more land, more things to do and expand upon. So, all in all, very, very cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. I never came back here. I didn't realize there was these trucks that are hidden back here. But, yeah, no, it's just can do just all sorts of different things, and the farming that you're going to do is just going to be absolutely massive. The amounts and all that. Oh, this is cool. Again, I didn't come back here, so seeing this all for the first time with you, so very lovely. But yeah, other than that, I think there's a little something for everybody on this map, and unless you do not like the very large style North American maps, then yeah, if you do, then I think this map is going to be for you. If you don't, then obviously it's not. But all in all, this is, I think, a very solid map, and out of 0 to 5, I would probably give this probably a 4. I've always liked Mappers Paradise's maps in the past. One that I can think off the top of my head is the from FS19. Oh goodness, what is it called? Of course I'm going to forget about it now. Not Welker's Farm. I'm pretty sure they made... Oh, now I'm going to feel foolish because I cannot remember. I had it on the top of my head, now I can't remember it. It was a map from FS19. It had a lot of kind of Easter eggs hidden on them. Massive starting farm. It was also made in made for from a real farming operation in North America, in the United States. Anyways, yeah. Long story short, I can't remember that that map off the top of my head, but it was a good one. Very similar to this, oddly enough. Even though this one's kind of laid out more grid-like, that one was kind of laid out more, well, also grid-like, but there was a lot of various areas because you had a separate farm for like your pigs, then you had like your main farm with a giant field on it. Oh man, that's gonna drive me nuts. I wish I could remember. Anyways, I'll stop rambling and close out this video by saying I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. This shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.